We're here with Jake Adams at Reefapalooza.
What's up, Mark? Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad to have you in the booth. You are so tall.
Everybody tells me that. I'm becoming self-conscious about it. I try to hunch.
I just need to, wear pumps. Listen, I want to talk to you about LEDs. We have an LED light right here that we're using to light you up.
Yes, sir. It looks to be about
4,500K,
warm white color spectrum. Brings out nice color skin tones.
Yes, it does. But your talk here at this event is about LEDs. You've done a bunch of research on it.
Right.
And the one thing that I've heard, and because I haven't heard your talk yet, because it's coming up in 10 minutes, is that you can grow LEDs. So can you kind of just talk about that for a couple minutes?
Well, I don't know that much about the actual process, but LEDs are actually grown on top of a sapphire wafer crystal. And they actually go from a gas phase to a single atom deposition layer. So you basically are making this single layer of the LED material, and you have to grow it just like you would in a crystal. And it's similar to like the kits that you had when you were young to make crystals in water, 2 orders of magnitude more complex than that.
Yeah. And so how long is the process?
My understanding is that certain processes are actually ongoing. For example, Intel grows all their CPUs on top of a sapphire crystal.
Really?
And it's so hard to get the sapphire crystal to start growing that the crystal is so big they've actually built the building around it. Right? So
Are you pulling my leg?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
So
because I don't know, so you could totally pull my leg.
The technology that makes LEDs is the same technology that makes CPUs.
Huh.
Yeah.
I just assume it's assembling to me. I never thought about growing. So
Yeah.
I'm going to have to listen to your talk.
LEDs are grown, and it's a very interesting process. And it's beyond our scope, but it just means that when you grow a batch of tomatoes and you grow a batch of bananas, you have this different grades of those produce.
Yeah.
And so LEDs are binned in the same way. They're binned for intensity and they're binned for color.
Yeah.
Because they're grown. So they're tested instantaneously after they're grown to find out where they fit.
Well, since we're staying on this topic, because it's just so crazy to me, you grow a 1 watt versus a 3 watt, or what's the deal there?
So there's no such thing as a powered LED, right?
Okay.
They're more like a little engine. They're photon pumps. They can ramp them up, ramp them down.
Okay.
So a 3 watt LED is just one that is optimized for performing at 1,000 milliamps.
Okay.
But 3 1 watt LEDs are always going to be brighter than a single 3 watt LED.
Really?
Almost always.
Oh.
Just because of the efficiency. If you take an LED that performs at 3 watts, if you run it at 1 watt, you'll get 160 lumens per watt. If you run it at 3 watts, you get 100 lumens per watt. So there's this.
That's a difference, yeah.
There's this air of diminishing return. The higher you drive it, same with your car. You have to give it so much more gas to go that much faster, and you kill your fuel efficiency.
So at this point, you're suggesting more lights rather than a few.
I'm not suggesting anything, but it's a delicate balance between the number of 1 watters you run, or how well you run your 3 watters.
Okay.
So there's all different ways to do it.
And all these engineers, all these companies coming out with LED lighting, obviously they go to a primary source, and they're being grown in massive factories?
Absolutely. Yeah, and actually some of the best LED producers of the actual chip are here in the United States. You have Cree up in North Carolina. There's Advanced LED on the West Coast, I believe.
Yeah.
But then they're mounted to an actual PCB board over in China, and they're packaged in a way that's that we can use.
Right. All right. Well, that part makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But I definitely think I have to hear the rest of the talk for.
Yeah, I'm very excited about this talk.
This
is my first brand new talk in like 3 or 4 years. I used to talk about water flow. I spent a week just polishing this talk.
Yeah.
This is only the second time I'm giving it, but it really brushes on a wide variety of things that we know about LEDs.
Yeah.
There's as much to know about LEDs as all of the lighting that we use currently. It's a very complicated topic, but it's definitely the future.
The fact that you've done so much research on it makes me think it would be great if your website, reefbuilders.com, would go ahead and do a comparison of LED fixtures to where you can kind of like a database.
It's so tough.
I know,
it's so
but
tough.
you seem to know more about it than most.
I try, but if I compared this year's fixtures to last year's fixtures, it'd just be no contest. It's moving very quickly, so
all right.
we do our best on day to day.
Well, that's our time. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mark.